will change your mind. It's never been easier to buy a car with the McGovern Auto Group. Visit today at McGovernAuto.com. 7:23. Looks like you're going to be late this morning. Let's check out traffic now with Laurie Grandy and the Subaru Retailers of New England. All-wheel drive traffic on the threes. What happened?
Well, what happened is the weather turned to the worse and things are continuing to slow down out there in a lot of spots. And if you're traveling either Manchester by the Sea or by Manchester by the Sea or, by the sea, 128 northbound is slow going due to the crash by School Street. So watch out for delays there. Also, still dealing with a spin out. It's on the ramp from the Pike eastbound to 128 northbound, and it's causing quite a delay there in the Weston. Traffic continues to be slow going as well on Route 1 northbound now, approaching the Coburn Bridge through the disabled T-bus there, and that's the problem there in Charlestown. Also, Route 2 westbound, earlier crash they had in Arlington is cleared. Route 2 eastbound continues to be stuck School Street to the Concord Rotary. Let's check in on the expressway now with Chris next in the WBZ News Radio Road Report.
Not a lot of sun here, Laurie, on the expressway northbound. The delays, a headache. Start back in Eastville. From there, you're going to be on the brakes right up past the gas tank and Freeport Street. As a matter of fact, it goes all the way up past Columbia Road before you finally get the bust out of that up around the Fortress building. Kristen in the WBZ News Radio Road Report.
Still having some heavy volume over the border now, 93 southbound from 110 to Jackson Road in Methuen. Laurie Grandy, WBZ traffic on the train.
Pretty much everywhere or wherever you are today, something is falling on you. Let's take a look at the 4-day WBZ AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Dean DeVore.
Well, don't say we didn't warn you either, and I knew this was going to happen. It's precipitation backing in off the ocean now. It was primarily aimed at the South Shore, South Coast, but now the North Shore and up into New Hampshire started to pick it up too. Again, those areas are actually colder than we are South Coast and Cape, so net effect is be careful, slow down, allow extra space between you and the person in front of you. If you've got to walk or drive somewhere, allow extra time. It's messy out there and potentially very slippery in spots. The cold air is going to get reinforced. We're going to see snow showers continue on the Cape and the coast and maybe even backing into the city here tomorrow again too. Temperatures today, low 30s, real field teens and 20s. By tomorrow, well, the real field plunge in the single digits and the state below zeros are highs tomorrow, only in the teens. We ease out of that cold, but get ready for a decent storm here, looks like later Sunday into Monday in Boston. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore, WBZ Boston's News Radio.
Certainly looks like we're in for a bumpy ride. 31 and a wintry mix here in Boston. Good morning, 7:26. A look at New England business. The ink is not even dry on the state's fiscal year budget for this year. And Governor Charlie Baker is pitching a $45.6 billion budget for next fiscal year. This time, he says, might be the right time for sports betting in Massachusetts. The state is increasingly surrounded by others who've already put it on the books. Talking about New Hampshire, Rhode Island, New York, among them. The issue has never gained traction on Beacon Hill. The governor says it could bring $35 million or more in revenues from it. Researchers at Mass General are about to begin a massive project with a German company to determine how psychedelic drugs alter the brain. The collaboration with Atai Life Sciences will hopefully build on the success of Mass General Psychedelic Center. The study will focus on how brain cells change while under the influence of psychedelic drugs and its possible effect on depression. Not enough patients, leading to the shutdown of a hospital in Ware. Operations at Bay State Mary Lane Outpatient Center will close in 2 years. Bay State Health's president says operations will gradually be shifted to other facilities, including Wing Hospital in the town of Palmer. Wintry mix out the door this morning. If you are a fan of the bitter cold, well then, tomorrow is your day. Coming up on WBZ News Radio, seniors stuck online trying to get a COVID vaccine appointment. More shots and more arms. Another mass vaccination site comes online in Boston. Details coming up at 7:27. Stay with us and stay informed. We're WBZ News Radio.
The state of Massachusetts has over $3 billion of unclaimed property waiting to be claimed. Go to findmassmoney.com now to see if you're on the list. Lost payroll, refund checks, forgotten bank accounts, and insurance proceeds are just some of the unclaimed $3 billion. Go to findmassmoney.com. It's fast, easy, and free. Did you know that 1 out of 10 people in Massachusetts have unclaimed property and don't even know it? Even if you've checked before, check again. You may have money owed to you. Go to findmassmoney.com to claim yours today. That's findmassmoney.com.
When it's time to downsize and sell your home, the experts at yourhomeforsale.com have 35 years of experience in helping people just like you throughout Greater Boston, Cape Ann, and Cape Cod. Your home has provided many years of happy memories, and the Home Advantage team of Gibson Sotheby's International Realty know exactly how to make that transition in life smooth, seamless, and something to get excited about. Visit yourhomeforsale.com and get started, because in today's competitive real estate market, you need the experts on your side. Visit yourhomeforsale.com and put your home in their hands.
Would a free second opinion on your retirement plan change your future outlook? Find out with SHP Financial. Call 800-227-7777.
Mike Campbell here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
I've used it for a year now, and I've worried 0 time. I just enter in the time, it's calculated, and it's taken out a bank account, and it's just done. I love it.
Visit us at patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
WBZ is news that matters most right now.
This week, before pitchers and catchers are scheduled to report for spring training.
Fenway Park will be opening 6 stores. The fabled old sandbox will transform into a mass vaccination site.
We will ramp our way up to 1,250 people a day.
Stay in the know with WBZ Boston News Radio. Celebrating 100 years of public service to New England. This is WBZ News Radio, an iHeart radio station. 7:30. Good morning. 31 degrees here in Boston. Another chilly start to the day, but we ain't seen nothing yet. We've got details on that coming up. Good morning. I'm Jeff Brown. Thanks for taking us to work with you today. And here's what's going on. Yeah, you may notice walking out the door, it's still snowing or still doing something where you are.
Some light snowfall, and we'll see some minor accumulations right around the freezing marks. Will be a few of those additional slick spots. And mostly we're talking about a coating to an inch, maybe 2 in the more persistent bands.
WBZ TV meteorologist Eric Fisher there as winter deals us a joker hand, it turns out. Now, how about this? After the snow, it's bitter cold. Possibly the coldest air in years expected to hit tomorrow. Hockey players from Attleboro to the Boston Bruins sending their best wishes to a teenager injured on the ice. WBC's Jim McKay has details.
It's every hockey player and family's worst nightmare on the ice, an awkward fall into the boards head first. It was on Tuesday night when senior A.J. Quinn was on the ice for Bishop Fien against Pope Francis in West Springfield. He fell into the boards and then lied motionless on the ice. He was taken to Bay State Medical Center. Fears are he could be paralyzed. An image showing the two teams kneeling for a moment of silence on the ice after the injury has gone viral. The Bruins recently sending their best wishes on Twitter, as are members of the hockey community all around the state. A GoFundMe has been set up for AJ and his family. In under 24 hours, it's already raised over $200,000. Jim McKay, WBC Boston's News Radio.
Seniors in Massachusetts are growing increasingly frustrated trying to get an appointment for a coronavirus vaccine. More on them in a minute. Meantime, a full court press to get more shots into more arms continues with a soft launch of another mass vaccination site, this one at Fenway Park. It opens up today, taking baby steps with appointments for a few hundred patients, and then that'll ramp up to 1,000 as it gets going in full bore as of next week. Now, about those seniors, a huge sigh of relief originally for those over 75 after they initially learned that they were now becoming a priority in getting the COVID shot. Instead, blood pressure has begun to boil as appointments are few and far between. WBC's James Rojas tells us the internet is blocking them out.
Rosemary Lusty of Walpole is admittedly not the most computer-savvy person, but she's no amateur.
I know enough. I mean, I can write letters, I can get on sites, and like I said, I was able to register my friend in New Jersey on the internet, so I'm not that dumb as far as computers go.
At 81 years young, she now qualifies for the COVID-19 vaccine. At midnight, registration opened and Rosemary was on her computer, ready to sign up. But after an hour and a half,
there's no place to register, no place to sign up for any of the dates.
Many others have reported glitches on the website, no option to make an appointment, and out-of-date information. James Rojas, WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
Still to come. A celestial body is responsible for your sleepless nights? Details coming up at 7:33. We'll get you to work now with traffic and weather together. We'll do our best. Lori Granby is watching the roads and the Subaru retailers of New England all-wheel drive traffic on the freeze.
Is it an angel? I thought it was an angel, yeah. Okay, 128 south. I'll get some problems in Gloucester. This is due to the heavier snowfall we're seeing in that area there. Also, Manchester by the Sea. So a vehicle was spun out in Gloucester, 128 south on 133. Also, in Manchester by the Sea, we have a crash there, 128 north on X School Street. 95 north on continues to be tough. I mean, real tough. It's starting right around the Ponce Street, 293. And the expressway. Let's check that out now. It's Kristen Eck in the WBZ News Radio Road Report.
Well, it's still in tough shape for the most part here, Lori. Starting back around East Milton Square. So before you get to the Ponce River Bridge or Granite Ave, you'll find delays that go all the way up past Savage Hill and Columbia Road. Not jam solid the whole way, but not wonderful either. But by the time you're finally up after Andrews Square, it does clear out heading up toward the northbound O'Neill Tunnel. Kristen Eck in the WBZ News Radio Road Report.
You know, I believe I neglected to mention that 128 southbound is slow going as well. North Avenue to Washington Street, getting through Wakefield there. Route 2 eastbound heavy as well. School Street to the Concord Rotary. Downtown Lever Connector is heavy as well. It is not completely tied up, but it's lots of volume coming around the Garden Curve onto Storrow Drive. And there's a disabled T-bus blocking the right-hand lane. It's on Route 1 northbound right on the Tobin Bridge. Lori Granby, WBZ's traffic on the 3.
We are getting a taste of the worst of what winter has to offer these days. It is snowing again this morning. Light snow, freezing rain, some sleet. It's a mess in many areas as we get our day started this Thursday morning. And we'll see on and off flurries and snow showers throughout the day today and continued cloudy as well. It is a chilly 31 degrees and not much warmer. In fact, we're going the other way. Tonight, it begins. A bitter blast of Arctic air starts to settle in. We'll be in the single digits by the time the lights go on tomorrow morning. And then it's a struggle to get out of the teens. In fact, we won't get out of the teens tomorrow. Here's the good news. We'll see a little bit of sunshine. That makes a return appearance, and that's going to be hanging with us through the upcoming weekend. However, it continues to be cold. It's going to be stuck in the 20s both Saturday and Sunday. A little bit of precipitation. Wintry mix here in Boston this morning. 31 degrees at 7:35 on a Thursday. Well, today is the 35th anniversary of the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. One of the deadliest tragedies in America's space program ever. The shuttle exploded just after a minute, 73 seconds after launch, killing all 7 on board, including astronaut and teacher Krista McAuliffe, who was from Framingham. A faulty O-ring and cold weather, both to blame, causing the fuel to explode and consume the shuttle. Millions of school children watched the disaster as it happened live. 3 powerful teachers' unions here in Massachusetts are pushing back on a claim from the Baker administration that insists they will not go back inside classrooms until students are vaccinated. The unions say that is not true, and they ask that teachers only be vaccinated first because they deal with kids every single day. Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci says making minorities a priority is essential in getting COVID vaccines. Dr. Fauci tells the New England Journal of Medicine that America must address the racial gap for a successful vaccine program. People in Roxbury these days are thrilled because the Reggie Lewis Center is coming online as a mass vaccination site.
The Reggie Lewis Center is usually home to track meets for Roxbury Community College, but there's a different race going on these days, a race toward normalcy. To win that race, we need vaccines, and college president Dr. Valerie Robertson tells me she's glad the Lewis Center is going to be a major vaccination site. It'll be especially important for communities of color.
We're right across the street from the T, and it's a place that people can come that have been displaced.